The last time he touched me, I didn't flinch. I looked him in the eye and smiled. Calm, steady. That's when he realized something had shifted. I wasn't afraid anymore. I had a plan, and he was already inside it. 3 months earlier, I ran. At 2:07 a.m., I packed one suitcase, 2 toothbrushes, a folder of forged documents, and my children, still in their pajamas. No goodbyes, no note. Just a tank full of gas and a dead phone. I drove until the road narrowed to gravel and the sky turned orange behind the trees. A remote town nobody ever visits, where last names don't matter and neighbors don't ask questions. We rented a small cabin behind a diner. I told the owner my husband had died. She didn't believe me, but she didn't push. I enrolled the kids in school, got a job cleaning rooms at a roadside motel, kept my head down, kept breathing. I thought we were safe, until the wind changed. I felt it first. Not a sound, not a sight, a shift, like the trees held their breath. He found us on a Wednesday. I was wiping a table when I saw the black SUV park across the road. Same make, same dent on the hood, same license plate. I didn't panic. I placed the rag down, walked into the kitchen, and vomited. Then I splashed cold water on my face, stared into my reflection, and whispered, "You knew this day would come." And I did. That's why I was ready. He knocked that night. Same knock. Slow. Heavy. Like a verdict. I opened the door just enough for him to see my eyes. "I found you," he said. No smile, no rage, just the void he always carried behind his words. I let the door creak wider. "I know," I said. "I've been expecting you." The first time he hit me, he cried after. Said I made him feel small. Said I pushed too hard. Said I had a tone. I believed him. I let him twist the truth until it tied around my neck like a leash. Year after year he took more. My voice, my friends, my family. And when the bruises faded, the silence stayed. But I stayed longer. For the kids. For the fear. For the lie I told myself, he's not always like this. Until one night I woke up to the sound of my daughter crying. His shadow towered in her doorway. That was the last straw. Not because he hurt her, because I realized next time he would. The plan took months. I stashed cash in tampon boxes and shampoo bottles, learned about burner phones, found a woman online who faked documents for women like me. She sent everything in a Bible cover. I studied the law, learned what parental kidnapping really meant, knew that if I ran wrong, the courts would bring them back to him. So I didn't just run, I disappeared. Back to now. He sat on the couch like he owned the room, looked at the kids like property he'd misplaced. They didn't run to him. They stood behind me. "I'm not here to fight," he said. "Just talk." I nodded, then talk. But he didn't talk. He threatened. Quietly, carefully, the way he always did. "If you don't come back, I'll go to the police. I'll say you kidnapped them." I smiled. "I hope you do," I said, "because I've already been." I pulled the folder from the drawer. Inside, documented photos of bruises, therapist records, school reports, statements from the neighbors who heard screaming, the emergency custody order from the judge, the warrant for his arrest, sealed for release the moment he crossed county lines. I slid it across the table. He didn't touch it. He just stared. Then, like a reflex, he stood. Too fast, too familiar. But this time, I didn't back away. This time, I stepped forward and whispered, "You're not in control anymore." I had set the trap weeks ago. A friend from the diner, her cousin was a deputy. I told her everything. She believed me. She kept the paperwork sealed, said if he came, they'd need him in the county to act. So I baited the hook, made our location easy to find, dropped hints on an old email, let him trace us. And now he was here, right where I needed him. The knock on the door came 5 minutes later. 2 officers, guns drawn. They said his name, said he had the right to remain silent. He didn't. He screamed at me, at them, called me a liar, a thief. But I didn't flinch. I held my kids close and watched him get dragged out like the coward he was. The town didn't ask questions. They brought casseroles instead. One woman hugged me without saying a word. Another paid our rent for the next 2 months. The sheriff shook my hand and said, "Next time, you call sooner." I nodded, but there won't be a next time. I still check the locks 3 times a night. Still flinch when tires crunch gravel. But I sleep. Not deeply, but honestly. My kids laugh more now. They don't ask about him, and I don't offer. He thought he could break me. He didn't realize you can't break a woman who rebuilt herself in secret, piece by piece.